Top 10 Best Mazdas Ever Made.
10. Mazda Carroll 1960 to 1970. Although the Mazda R360 was the company's first real production car, the four-seat P360 Carroll is the one that really put Mazda on the map. Designed for the special K-class of automobiles in Japan that enjoy tax and insurance benefits, the P360 Carroll was small. It measured just 117.7 inches in length and weighed a mere 1,157 pounds. That allowed a tiny 358cc four-cylinder engine to be shoved in the rear of the car. Although the car looked fairly normal from the front, the rear window of the car was actually set at an inverted incline, giving it a very distinct profile. If a bit more power was needed, there was also the P600 car, all offered for a few years in the early 1960s. 9. Mazda B-Series Rotary Pickup Repo. In 1974, Mazda was Rotary crazy and decided to install one of these engines into its B-Series pickup truck. The idea of a low-torque engine in a workhorse pickup truck may sound crazy. The REPU was intended to be more of a sport truck than a heavy lifter. The 13B2 rotor engine was equipped in T2S, featuring a few changes like an upgraded dash and wider fender flares. The easiest way to tell this truck apart from regular B-Series pickups was the not-so-subtle Rotary power badging painted across the truck's tailgate. 8. Mazda Ix3 Attenza. For 2 years in the mid-2000s, Mazda offered a special version of the company's midsize sedan that was more than just a trim and paint upgrade. Called the Mazda Ix3 in North America, the regular Mazda 6 engines were ditched in favor for a turbocharged 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine making 274 HP. But Mazda wasn't done there. Sending power to the ground was an all-wheel drive system that could route up to 50% of the engine's torque to the rear wheels. Also included in the Mazda Ix3 was a 6-speed manual transmission and unique styling in the front and rear. 7. Mazda Ix3 Savannah. Based on the Mazda Grand Familia 808, the Savannah Ix3 was sportier options that used rotary engines in place of the standard four-cylinder units. Available as a coupe, sedan or wagon, the Ix3 was smaller than the Ix2, but in some markets shared the Ix2's 12A2 rotor engine. Otherwise, it made do with the smaller 10A2 rotor engine. Like almost every rotary-powered Mazda, the Ix3 was used extensively in racing and achieved a lot of success. 6. Mazda Ix8. What may well be the last of the rotary cars from Mazda, the Ix8 was a well-balanced dream. Introduced for the 2004 model year, the Ix8 came with a 1.3-liter two-rotor engine that was originally rated at 247 HP. Unlike the Mazda Ix7 that it succeeded, the Ix8 did not feature a turbocharger but did come equipped with 4 seats. The Ix8 also had rear half doors that helped back passengers get in and out of the car. But the real charm of the Ix8 was the way it drove. Capable of ripping to 9,000 RPM. Combined with amazing steering and a well-balanced chassis, the Ix8 was incredible to drive down twisting mountain roads. 5. Mazda Unos Cosmo. Introduced in 1990, the Unos Cosmo was a luxurious grand touring flagship. Available only with a 4-speed automatic transmission, the rear-drive 2+2 coupe could be had with a choice of turbocharged rotary engines. Sitting at the top of the food chain was a 200-liter 3-rotor engine that produced a healthy 300 HP and 297 foot-pounds of torque. Just as impressive, the Unos Cosmo could be had with GPS navigation on and a color touchscreen interface. In 1990, fast, smooth and luxurious, the Cosmo's high price tag was only matched by its incredible thirst for fuel. 4. Mazda Autosome Z1. K cars are meant to be no nonsense. Practical commuter cars that help consumers in Japan avoid potential taxes and insurance premiums. But none of this mattered for Mazda when the brand introduced the Autosome Z1. Actually built by Suzuki, the AZ1 was a mid-engine, rear-wheel drive 2-door coupe that was more sports car than commuter. Powered by a 63 HP turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, the AZ1 only weighted 1,587 lbs. For a little more style, there was also a Mazda Speed version of the car that added a limited slip differential, upgraded suspension and a more aerodynamic body kit. The Autosome Z1 was like a baby Honda NSX for those who couldn't afford the Honda supercar. 3. Mazda Cosmo L10A L10B. This is the car that started it all for Mazda when it comes to Rotaries. After an extensive prototype testing period, Production of the rear-wheel drive coupe began in 1967. Initially, the car was powered by 1.0-liter two-rotor engine making 110 HP. When the Series 2 version of the Cosmo came along, power increased to 128 HP. That may not sound like a lot, but the Cosmo Sport only weighed around 2000 lbs. Like most Japanese sports cars of the time, the Cosmo featured a slippery shape complete with aerodynamic headlights. 2. Mazda MX-5 Miata. What hasn't been said about the MX-5 Miata? Around since the 1990 model year, the MX-5 has become the best-selling roadster of all time and just entered its 26th year of production. Spanning 4 generations, the MX-5 Miata has always been about open-air motoring that maximizes fun. The formula has remained simple. A peppy 4-cylinder engine sending power to the rear wheels in a lightweight, lightly sprung roadster body. With countless special additions over the years, it's hard to pick a favorite model. But the Mazda Speed MX-5 the only factory-equipped turbocharged model, holds a special place in many fans' hearts. The MX-5 has achieved iconic status the world over. The fact this car is only listed in the number 2 position on THE list will probably cause a lot of outcry. 1. Mazda Ix7. To be listed above the MX-5 Miata, a car needs to be truly special. The Ix7 was such a car. Introduced in 1978, the Ix7 enjoyed a 25-year production run, which is impressive enough for a sports car. But the Ix7 spent all of those years equipped with an engine that defied conventional wisdom and the mainstream. Using various renditions of the brand's Rotary engine in either naturally aspirated or turbocharged form, the Ix7 didn't just survive as a sports car, it thrived. With a weight and balance advantage over many similarly powered competitors. The Ix7 was an amazing handling machine that could outrun many more expensive machines on the racetrack. Such is the legacy of the Ix7 that still to this day rumors continue to pop up that Mazda will revive the nameplate sometime.